Hello, dear friends. If you have been nervous lately, Matthew gives an explanation of the cause. The ever-increasing energy level is producing a wide variety of physical, mental, and emotional abnormalities. Healthy people adapt quickly, and the discomfort disappears until the next energy surge, followed by another rapid adjustment. Opinion piece. War? No thanks. It's not the end of the world. It's the end of this theater. There will be no world war. There will be no dystopian reset. Big changes are coming. Deprogramming of the matrix. Don't be afraid of anything you hear. Attack on the missionaries of the light. Are the Lord of Karma evil? Chimera group cleansing continues. Let's start. The Cobra contactee is of the opinion that the black nobility would like to create a world war in 2025, but Dragon sources have communicated that a full-scale war will not occur, and that there will not be a sudden and violent disruption of peoples or nations, although things could look alarming for a certain period of time, according to Benjamin Fulford. There could be a biblical scare scenario, but it would be something else opposite and positive. Pacifism is the school of thought that advocates the peaceful resolution of conflicts, whether between individuals or groups, without resorting to armed violence in any case, since violent resolution only leads to human rights violations. In quotes, God reigns only in the peaceful and disinterested soul, said Saint John of the Cross. Get ready for a varied program of scares, says a Polish intelligence source. However, nothing that will scare you will translate into action on the physical plane, the source adds. Note that this is not so much the end of the world as the end of the world theater. Moreover, reliable sources agree that a dystopian Davos Forum style restart or reset will not happen, and that it will be cancelled before it even begins. Big changes are coming, and the next few months will be crucial in how things will unfold for the planet. What seems to be happening is that real train wrecks are occurring, but followed by exaggerated reports on toxic fumes. Also, people are being told to stock up on anti-radiation drugs. Charlie Watt has said many times that it will happen on a Thursday, but I don't know which one. Just keep reminding yourself that when you wake up every morning, you are one day closer to the end of this. Every day since 2020 has been a black swan event. Go deep to energize your faith. Go deeper to revive your strength. The economy is collapsing even faster than many experts had predicted. Society will always revert to gold and silver in the event of a financial crash. People ask if gold and silver will soar in the event of a scare, and Big Sway replies, not on the comics. More than likely, they will simply declare a force majeure and shut down trading. Currently, young people face a lack of opportunities, according to Steve Biko. For the most part, they can get low-paying jobs, and there is no one to argue on their behalf to defend them. There is a need to create employment programs for unemployed youth. Cleanup. According to Cobra, the cleansing of the Chimera group continues. The forces of light are beginning to clear the primary anomaly on the causal or higher mental plane. One aspect of that anomaly is the black holes on the causal plane, which were teleported from Rigel in the 1996-99 time period and are now evaporating through the use of Molnir quantum cannons. According to Benjamin Fulford, the real story is that the Russians, along with the Western and Asian white hats, want a multipolar world and do not want to replace American hegemony with Chinese communist hegemony. However, China is well aware of these plans and has been preparing its own surprises. Arrests of Chinese migrants crossing the US-Mexico border illegally increased by 1,230% in January. Corporate USA missed an international payment deadline on 31st January and has been suspended since 17th February. The Port of Los Angeles confirms a significant decrease in volume in February. Meanwhile, the regime is selling off strategic oil reserves and whatever else it can get its hands on. These extraordinary measures may sustain the system until around July, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Solar flare. Awareness of the coming solar flare is becoming increasingly detailed and is beginning to reach the mainstream media. A mile-high dinosaur-killing tsunami is recreated in simulation at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. A mega tsunami with mile-high waves occurred on Earth some 66 million years ago after a 6-mile-wide asteroid crashed into Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The impact was enough to wipe out nearly all the dinosaurs and 3/4 of the planet's plant and animal species, according to official science. Researchers at the office say the simulation helps to assess and quantify the risk of future large asteroid impacts. In addition, the ability to reproduce large events such as this is an important validation that the models can help scientists forecast the global impact of more conventional tsunamis. Lots of karma. Another very disturbing aspect of the causal plane are the so-called lots of karma. According to Vicente Beltrán Anglada, the 4 lots of karma are the lot of death, the lot of justice, the lot of the Akashic records, and the lot of liberation. Their function would be to intercept disembodied human beings. They are the main entities that authorize or deny beings to enter or exit the karmic system. When a person's body dies, it goes into the astral realm, where it begins to shed layer by layer like an onion, that previous identity it had harbored. The process is called purgatory and takes place in a space called the threshold or balanço. This last expression, which is Portuguese for swing, alludes for the fact that it is between the two worlds, the material and the spiritual. Through this process, the true light of that being emerges from within, allowing for a release layer upon layer of limiting beliefs generated in that incarnation. The lots of karma are accompanied by some spirits of light, guides and protectors of the individual, who will be present to oversee all that occurs during the ascension process. As ascension occurs, the individual is filled with a feeling of peace, universal love, and unification. The novelty of this era is that it will be possible to ascend in the physical body. After this, he or she will undergo a period of apprenticeship to adjust to the new life as a disembodied spirit. During the apprenticeship, you will become a worker on the astral plane, collaborating with the lots of karma and the masters of light for the benefit of incarnated human beings and the evolution of the planet. Arachnids. According to Cobra, The karma lots are arachnid chimera entities that came from the Andromeda galaxy millions of years ago through the regal portal and created the quarantined Earth matrix 26,000 years ago. Many of them arrived on Earth almost a million years ago, with reinforcements throughout the Atlantean period to finally take full control of the planet 26,000 years ago and seal their fate with the final reinforcement of Regal in 1996-99. The karma lots have almost total control of the quarantined Earth and have created a dark web full of black holes and toplet bombs on the causal, mental, astral, and etheric planes. Their causal bodies are almost completely black, exposed to so much anomaly, as they worship black holes on the causal plane as a portal to the inverted dark reality as the black sun. They have great control over the cycle of human reincarnation and have great influence over where and how a particular individual will be reincarnated. They have complete access to the Akashic records. They keep soulmates apart, destroy soulmate relationships, instill jealousy and fear, and strive to manifest the maximum amount of suffering to the humankind. They extend their influence through their Draco minions and the reptilian entities on the lower mental, astral, and etheric planes, and control the physical geopolitical situation through the possession of the black nobility and their accomplices on the physical plane. They control the scalar technology of the matrix on the causal, mental, astral, etheric, and physical planes, which prevents light from reaching the surface of the planet. Attacks. They have been overexposed after attacks against key missionaries of light in recent weeks, and the forces of light have initiated operations for their swift, effective, and complete removal. The first thing the forces of light are clearing is the shock to which the casual bodies of humankind, of human beings, have been subjected since 1996. This shock has severely diminished the surface connection to the higher spiritual planes, and now the situation is finally being addressed. The forces of light are also beginning to remove the black holes and all negative scalar fields from the causal planes, and are erasing the negative soul contracts from the causal bodies of humankind. After that has progressed to a reasonable degree, the forces of light will begin to eliminate the lots of karma. This will begin to break down the quarantined Earth matrix, and the light will finally begin to enter. After that, you will finally be able to clear the remaining physical well and make a breakthrough on the physical plane. The toplet bombs would be the real threat. Once they disappear, real decisive action can be taken. My guess is that they think it is too risky to go in armed to the teeth and wipe them out. Like a cornered wolf, they could set off a chain reaction that would destroy Earth and who knows what else. Since we are not in immediate threat of destruction, it is still not worth the risk. Therefore, the forces of light are meanwhile using modern technology to slowly remove the anomaly, making it safer and safer to act. This is awakening and shrinking the black holes and slowly waking people up. At a critical juncture of risk versus benefits, they will make their move and remove the last toplet bomb. They can deprogram the matrix computer and wake up people up. Once the major threats have disappeared, then the coalition can work with local countries to remove the rogue elements and their accomplices. One of the key aspects in the next stage of the planetary liberation process is the return of the divine feminine energy. For that reason, the goddess temple the Goddess Temple project has been presented to humankind, with many other temples already in existence around the world, with many groups reactivating ancient temples, and with people connecting with the energy of the goddess through art and nature. Therefore, you are welcome to participate in the session conference in Taipei, Taiwan on April 8th and 9th. Victory of the Light. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.